Okay.
Beis Hashem, so we're in the middle of a sugya.
Yeah.
The page Taf Yud Beis. This Taf Yud Beis.
Yud.
You're almost there. Very good. Let's go over here. Taf Yud Beis. We're in the middle of speaking about the sugya. This that the state of Israel, and this that Yidden are going to Eretz Yisrael, and this that let's say there's been winning wars and whatever. Amen. This is not in any way the beginning of the redemption. There's a movement or people that say that there's already a Ischalta de Geula, a beginning of the redemption. Why? Because Yidden are going to Eretz Yisrael. So these letters is a compilation of many letters, different letters and talks from the Lubavitcher Rebbe explaining how it's not according to halacha to say that this is the beginning of the redemption.
I said when I was a Rebbe in L.A., I skipped Reishis, Smichas, I said the whole thing, but not that.
Wow, very good.
So
right.
Exactly.
Because Geula, what is Geula according to halacha? The Rambam writes that it needs to be done through Melech HaMashiach. Melech HaMashiach needs to be the one that's bringing the Geula. It's not just going to happen on its own. Also, Kibbutz Golias. Yidden going to Eretz Yisrael happens only after the Beis HaMikdash is going to be built. There's no Beis HaMikdash. Yidden going to Eretz Yisrael cannot be a beginning of the redemption. And many, many other things. There's at least like 30-something diyukim in the Rambam that the Rebbe points out that proves and shows how this cannot be in any way reishis tzmichas gula seinu. So now we're up to letter Tes, where the Rebbe speaks about it. The Rebbe writes, "V'timei nachi godel, with the greatest wonder, karosi hagali samatzurv." As I read the proofreads that you sent me, shama yaches elai dvarim shama elam lo yamarti. Over there, you connect to me. You made it as if I say you meyachas to me things that I never said. Hainu. Shesha'elis shesha'alat is called the geula kshura ba'ashayla hatzarich liis nisim ba'geula. Oy she'ein ben yameisa Moshiach le'elam hazeh l'shibud malchis b'vad. You're writing in my name that that the geula hasn't begun yet, has to do with the same question: will there be miracles when the Geula comes, or there's no difference between this world and the world to come? The only difference is Shibas Malchus. There's a machlokes in Gemara between Shmuel and Chachamim, and the other Talmidei Chachamim over there. Brachas Taflam Dalit over there. They have a machlokes if Moshiach is going to come, if there's going to be miracles or not. One opinion says that there will be miracles, and the world will change, and another opinion says that there will be no difference. So this person says that the Geula hasn't begun yet is dependent. It hasn't begun, has it not begun? It's dependent if there's going to be miracles or not when the Geula comes. And the Rebbe says, not only that, I never made this connection. I never made this connection between will there be miracles or not to this, if it has the Geula begun or not. I never made this connection. Even more than that. Whatever I did say, I wrote clearly the source for what I said, and I wrote down over there the footnote. I wrote exactly the pedic in the Rambam where I took my words from, and the specific halacha b'diuk, exactly. And I brought it several times. V'gam nitpas, and over there is printed in the Rambam. And over there, the Rambam writes clearly in the exact same pedic that there's no need at all for there to be miracles. So it looks like what this person was writing, that this opinion that says that there won't be miracles when the Geula comes, from this he could say that there is already a Ischal to the Geula. Why? Because they're saying, look, the world is running regular, and this is a Ischal to the Geula. Because there doesn't need to be miracles when the Moshiach comes. So you could say that this is Ischal to the Geula. So the Rebbe says just the opposite. The Rambam writes, the same Rambam that says that there's no Ischal to the Geula, he's the one that says there doesn't need to be miracles either, which means don't make a connection. In simple words, there's an opinion that says there won't be miracles, There's an opinion that says there will be miracles. So now you're going to say, why is the Rebbe saying there's no Eschal to the Gula? Because there needs to be miracles in the Gula. But if you say there doesn't need to be miracles in the Gula, you can say that there is already a schal to the Gula. So the Rebbe says no. The opinion that says that there's no miracles in the Gula is also the same opinion that says that this is not a schal to the Gula. Now the Rebbe is going to explain. Masha Marti, what did I say? Harambam poisek borur seider simagolus. Bilchas malachim perikid alav halacha beis gimel. The Rambam writes clearly the order. Not only the Rebbe is saying over here, it's not only the state in the world. Is there going to be miracles or not? Besides for there being miracles or not, there's a specific order the Gula takes place. Nothing to do with miracles or not. Even if there will be miracles, there won't be miracles. There's an order where the Gula takes place. The Rambam says, Ein shelim imanu mimelech HaMashiach le'oz v'le'mevis. The Rambam says you do not need to ask for Melech HaMashiach.
Give us a mouse, give us a mic.
To prove that you're Mashiach, like by Moshe Rabbeinu. Ki'im sheyeh ish. First of all, Mashiach is a person. Mashiach is not some type of an organization. Mashiach is a person that brings the Gula. And the Rambam writes, what type of person is he? A person that he himself personally is someone that toils in Torah. He's totally occupied in mitzvahs chulu. The Yaakov called Yisrael leilach b'chulu. He will force all the Yidden to go in the ways of the Torah. The Yilcham Mechames Hashem. This person is and he'll fight the wars of Hashem. Harei ze b'chazkas shel Mashiach. Even after he does all of this, there's only a chazaka. A chazaka is a very strong concept, but nevertheless, the Rambam does not say that this is a beginning of the redemption in any way. This is the way it needs to be written. Look in the print of the Rambam that the censor did not mess it up. What's the Rebbe coming to exclude over here? There's a different Gersa that says Harei Mashiach. This guy's Mashiach. So the Rebbe emphasizes that he's a bechazkas shu Mashiach. This is not to Geula yet. It's not. It's only a chazaka. Then the Rebbe continues. If he has done all of the above and he was successful, and he will win over all the enemies. And he will build the Beis HaMikdash in its place. The kibbutz nitchei Yisrael, and he will gather together all the Yidden. Yu'uyin haseder b'koseh. The Rebbe says, first of all, look deeply into the order. There's an order over here. What comes first? What comes second? What comes third? What do they say? The first thing is that everyone should go to Eretz Yisrael. What does the Rambam say? First, he needs to win over all the goyim. He needs to build a Beis HaMikdash. And the last thing is that he takes everyone to Eretz Yisrael. According to them, the first thing is to go to Eretz Yisrael. Only when he does all of this, and in this order, Harei ze Mashiach b'vadai. This person is for sure Mashiach. If he was not successful, which means there is no separation, according to the Rambam, between Mashiach bringing the redemption, bringing the beginning of the redemption. According to them, you have a beginning of the redemption. You have Kibbutz Goliath, and what happens after that? There's a big, massive break between the Eschal to the Gul and the Rambam says over here, if there's a break after anything, he's not Mashiach. V'loi Geula. There's no Geula either. This is the main emphasis about the Rebbe. There's no Geula if there's any type of a break. According to the Rambam, it's if there is in the first shlav, if there's like it says regarding Rabbi Akiva, that Rabbi Akiva said at Bar Koziva that he was Mashiach, then he hid himself in a cave, he was hiding, and then he came back, but the Rabbi Akiva still said he was Mashiach. It says in the Medrash Mashiach, it's revealed, he conceals and reveals again. But that's only in the beginning. But you can't tell me that later on, in a later stage, after Kibbutz Goliath or whatever, there's some type of a stop. Then you need to wait. Then the Rebbe emphasizes a very strong. There is a totally separate concept that has nothing to do with the order the Gula takes place. What's the separate Indian? After everyone's going to know that this person is for sure Mashiach, which is like we said before. That's through building the Beis HaMikdash and taking never that Yisrael. Then is Mashiach V'adai. Later on, there's a whole separate thing. After he comes and after everything, the world will be running the same way. This, that the God is Evim Kevis, the wolf will lie with the lamb. Peacefully, the Rambam says it's only a marshal, it's only a parable. It's not going to take place literally. What's the real meaning of this pasuk? It's a marshal for what? Sheyiyu Yisrael Yeshvim Labetachul. The days of Moshiach, the Jewish people will be living peacefully with the Goy. The days of Mashiach, it's going to be clarified to everyone exactly which nevuah was a marshal, which nevuah was literally chulu. So what the Rebbe is saying over here that that the world is going to be running is a totally separate thing, and don't make a connection. Don't make a connection between miracles happening or not with this the Gula is started or not. Because the Rambam writes what's the order the Gula starts, how it will start. That's one thing. Miracles is nothing to do. Even if there is miracles.
There's no kesher.
Exactly. Albeit Harambam Atzmoi, the Rambam himself explains the Rambam writes, "V'da sha'anu oimrim shein marshal ein divreinu zehech leitichulu." This concept, if there's going to be miracles or not, he's not writing that he's not writing it in a way of a achlata. He's not writing it in a firm decision. This is going to be like that. It could be that it's going to be kibshuti also. But what could change, and what idea that Rambam says could change, maybe not, is regarding the miracles, but not regarding the way the Gula is going to take place. And regarding this concept I wrote, shall pi ma'amet chesamesim leharambam shein hechrech klal. And this specific concept, I said, according to the Rambam himself wrote in the Maimed Ches HaMeisim that there's no hechrech at all. There's no need. Nothing's forcing him to be choylek on all the other mafarshim that say that God is Evim Kavis is Kibshutay. And to make a whole machloikes for nothing, according to the Rambam, there's two periods after the Gula starts, and after Mashiach Vade, there's two stages. The first stage, it's going to be fulfilled in a way of a mashal, in a way of a parable, and in a later stage, it's going to be fulfilled kibshutoi. And this I also printed. Nevertheless, this has no connection at all to this whole idea of Eschal to the Gula or not, if the Gula started or not. Okay. Yeah?
Okay, we're good.
Yes.